One more video of the comics before we tape them and put them out for sale. I got Diamond to do today and Penguin and all this other stuff. But then we got a case of Alien movie decos. Hey, let's open this just for fun and see what it looks like. All right, these are gold. Nothing better than Alien action figures. Oh boy.
Whoa!
Boy, these are, oh, and they're all aliens. Wow. So you got chrysalis, arachnoid, razor claws, 3 different kinds. And there's 2 chrysalis, 4, 2, 3 arachnoid. So the short print is chrysalis. So this will be the one everybody's going to want. Let's see what it looks like. Jesus.
Whoa!
That one's
got a dome head on it.
That's a pretty cool piece there. Well, these aren't cheap. I mean, I gotta pay like $20 for
What
these.
price can you put?
I don't know. They gotta be
on
$35. I don't know.
Right.
And then we got chrysalis, and then we got razor claw.
Razor claw.
Yeah, those are razor claws. And then there's arachnoid.
The arachnoid xenomorph.
Well, I don't see much of a difference between them. This one's a short print for some odd reason. All right. All right, so that's that. Let's move on to the comics. All right, so yesterday we did a box. I got a couple here. Let's just do this one right here. I don't think we did this one, right? All right, so this is on another FF Annual 3. I got a better shaped one, but this one's pretty nice. $50. It's a beauty. No honeymoon panels I wrote on there because, you know, I'm funny.
The honeymoon is over.
Oh, first appearance of Tigra. Let's take a spin on this bad boy since she's one of my faves. Now, this book traditionally was worth about $10 over the years, you know? No one cared about Tigra or giant-sized creatures or the Bronze Age or anything, but now it's $200. She might get a TV show. Think about Tigra, she's kind of horny. That's what I like about her.
Well, that might be the
So
problem with Disney.
there it is, first appearance, man. Tigra. Unfortunately, Vince Coletta inked this disaster,
Oh,
but
boy.
Perlin has got such a kind of an organic penciling style that even Vince Coletta can't wreck it. He tried, though, because, you know, Vince Coletta sucks, but it kind of works, though. Look at how feminine she looks because of those light inks that he put on the Perlin.
Softer touch.
Then the hair, he decided to ink his hair, which is nice. So there's a nice male-female werewolf battle here. You know, but in the reality, they should love each other, right? But they just are like, you know.
Combat.
Just, can you ask your werewolf cult if she likes me or not? So they do their little battle. Then they got a little origin of how she turned in from Hellcat, or the cat, I should say, into Tigra. She joined some weird cat cult, and they turned her into Tigra. It's a stupid origin, but I kind of like it. See, there she is in the satanic cult ritual, and with the white woman's like, we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it, we're gonna make her into Tigra.
And they did.
And she's stronger than before. And this guy's like, yeah, she is. I got a front row seat. And then Hydra's involved, beating up women, slapping them and shit. Jeez, 70s. It's a comic book for kids, you know?
For children.
So then, eventually, Jack Russell decides that he loves her. He needs, it says right here, he's known nothing but loneliness in Tigra. He saw a companion. And then he decides to, like, you know, go free her from the cage. Because he's, you know, horny. They never do hook up, though, sadly.
Chastity.
Sadly. He tries to save her, and then the guy throws a guy into a lava pit. And that's it. And I think, and then her buddy says, what? He's in love with me? She's like, no way, man. He's friend-zoned. So she pulls an early Stacy on him. Poor guy. Sort of an incel thing, I guess. I don't know.
Well, it is the culture.
I suppose if you're a werewolf, that would put you into that tiered-out system, right?
Oh, yeah. It's a problem. It's a pre-existing condition.
And then she tricks him. She's like, look, dude, I'm really not a werewolf. I'm a human. And he's like, no, thanks. And he just leaves. It's like, no way. And then she changes back without the ring. Oh, my God. And then he's like stuck howling at the moon. He's just going to have to have a masturbation session or something. Then they got some weird reprint of a modern story, because this story was written not too long after this comic was published, but it was a werewolf reprint story. It's pretty good. That's a pretty nice, gnarly werewolf. See, look at the difference in the inkers here. God, Vince Coletta sucks. And a Mr. Fantastic value stamp. Believe it or not, value stamps intact in comics are going to be a bigger determinant of value, I think. I only got slight inking on the back. Now, does that affect my grade? I put VF+. I don't know. I might have to switch that bad boy to VF. I don't know. But on the other hand, I'm not going to change the price, so who cares? It's $200. I don't care.
All day long.
Yeah.
2 units.
Now, I have about 19 copies of this, but I don't keep the nice ones. I sell those. I like beat-up ones. I'm just weird like that. All right, so then we got a cool Strange Tales 116. Classic. First time they battled. First book of Vishanti. There's a Doctor Strange nightmare story. Second appearance of Wong.
The Book of Vishanti is very hot right now.
$50 seems like a bargain to me.
More than a bargain. It's a steal.
Oh, then here's the most overpriced comic ever. Dark Hawk #1. This sums up why the modern comic market is just stupid. First of all, this comic should be worth $2, but it's his first appearance, I guess, and this one's super mint. Get that bad boy CGC 98. It's like $500.
Ugh.
So I think $100 is a deal for me.
More than a deal.
First appearance of the Creeper, beat up, $50. I don't know. That's slightly over guide, but it is the first appearance of the Creeper. Anyway, then we got second appearance of the Atom, $60. Your typical VG, barely VG condition from this era. We got the third appearance of the Atom.
The third appearance of the Atom.
Slightly better than VG, but not really. Okay. Oh, then we got another overpriced comic. Rom #1.
Again.
Although, to be fair, I like this comic, and I read every issue of it when I was a kid. I thought it was good. It's a nice, hard sci-fi thing where the dire wraiths. It went like 70 issues, and there's a nice little... He's kind of like the Silver Surfer, I guess. Except for he's Rom. He didn't want to be a space knight, bro. He just wants to be human, return to his lover. Kind of like Silver Surfer. Yeah. And a planet thing. Anyway. Isis #1.
Isis.
Not her first appearance, but a beautiful Schaffenberger cover. Tender. He looked like he inked himself. We got John Carter #1, 1977. Black cover. Harder to get in high grade than you would think.
Stanton.
It's beautiful.
To nothing.
Got a Deja Thoris cover. It's a beauty. We got first appearance of Blackfire, whatever that is. Okay, we got a really terrible Superman comic from that era. It's 68. This is what they were selling.
Gotta say it's Stanhope College.
Every comic is dumber. Oh, here's a really incredibly, awfully wonderful Kirby full-length Eternals comic. $10 seems
Gotta
cheap.
stop the time killers.
More Creeper.
More of the Creeper.
This comic, I checked these out on eBay. They never sell for a nickel over $10, no matter what the shape is. So the guide's wrong on that because no one cares.
The guide is usually wrong.
Oh, look at this. This is the Superman caused 9/11 because he was horny cover.
Well,
Nice high grade, 1976.
I mean, that's what happened.
Yeah. We got some shiny garbage. $5.
Shiny garbage.
We got die cut garbage.
Die cut garbage.
Got reprints. There's the first Fin Fang Foom reprint. You'd think it'd be more than $10, but it's not. We got a 1966 #1.
Fantasy masterpiece.
Oh, I couldn't even grade it because it's got this. I can't even. It's fine-ish, let's just say, but I don't know. Oh, here's a classic. Now, Wonder Man got announced for a TV show, and this is the first appearance of Wonder Man after they killed him in #8. This might be too cheap, but I did look it up. I don't know, $10. It's VG plus. It's got Frank. It's a good one. Let's look at this comic.
Frankenstein.
This is like 75 or so. Let's see. 1974. So you start out with Joe Staton. We were talking about him before. Now, it kind of works because he's inking Sal Buscema. He's not penciling it. And Sal's a pro. So this comic's got kind of a Marvel feel to it. Iron Man's got a nose in this one too, which is always weird.
The rare appearance of Iron Man's nose.
So it's all about Khan and Rama Tut. They're all the same person. It's confusing as hell. And then Immortus. I mean, they're all the same people, I think. So this is when Division and Mantis decide to, hook up, I think. I don't know. Here's Wonder Man coming back from the dead.
Coming back from the dead.
The original Human Torch, who ironically is the Vision, right?
I forget his name.
Midnight.
Phineas something.
He was only in like one issue of Master of Kung Fu, a good one.
Yeah.
It's Jim Starlin, the Ghost. He sucks. Who could forget Surfer 8 and 9? Well, I have. And that's the Legion. Oh, and a value stamp of Super Skrull. This comic's pretty good for $10. Look at that shit. Come on.
Frankenstein.
It's a battle. Kang just pulling people out of time. Fuck it. Take that, Avengers. Oh, and then back in the 70s, all the adults were like freaked out by hippies.
Man and gods.
So they wanted an alternative to creationism. So they
Jack Kirby
really looked for anything that wasn't the Bible, right? Because they're all brainwashed and lead poisoned.
No. Some drinking the lead.
Biorhythm.
Biorhythm.
Yeah,
bioplasma.
70s adults are.
The world mind.
They got some splaining to do.
Crystal power.
All right, and then we got ourselves. Oh, look at that.
Evil Knievel.
That's why you want to look at the backs.
A real hero.
Yeah. Well, Evil's pretty cool. All right, we got a Shadow with a beautiful
the Shadow nose.
Tell me about that nose, Z.
Well,
his name's Lamont Cranston.
He fakes it, you see.
Okay. We got speaking of popes, there
John
he is.
Paul, the real pope.
For a minute, these were like $20. I don't know why, but I'll go $3. Oh, we got some sweet. Now, Carmine Infantino, I was railing on him for the Star Wars shit, right? But back in the day, in '63, he was actually pretty good.
I mean, that was the look.
He took his time. And I was thinking about that Chewbacca cover I was railing on. He just didn't want to draw the hair, and so he drew it like a blob of shit because he's lazy.
Everyone gives you their own version of Chewbacca.
Now, I actually did have Carmine Infantino draw me a custom thing. I wanted a recreation of Superman versus Spider-Man, and I put it on. I erased a sketchograph from back in the day, and I paid him like too much money. It was so terrible. I wish I would have took a picture of it, but somebody's got it on a website somewhere. Here's a beautiful Edgarized Burroughs black cover. Oh, this is beauty too. God, the art in this is just fantastic. Back in '72, look at that. You got Deja Thoris. This is the Deja Thoris video. Now, Alan Weiss drew it, but the rumor is that Alan Weiss worked for Neil Adams Continuity Studios.
So he just did Neil Adams.
Well, there's a lot of Adams in this somewhere. I don't see it yet.
But they were trained to draw like
Neil Adams. They're called Krusty Bunkers is the name of the people that all work there, and Weiss is kind of that, but I don't see any Krusty Bunkers so far. Oh, I like this Murphy Anderson art. I don't know, it's not bad. Look at that weird four-boobed creature. Jeez.
Quad.
All right, got Captain Marvel #1. These don't sell for shit. I mean, this guy's dead.
Nobody remembers Captain Marvel.
That costume sucks, and Gene Colan is not exactly a popular artist, but he does fight the Super Skrull, and that's cool.
Marvel.
Submariner, and we got. That's not Gene Colan. It looks more like John Romita, doesn't it? Then we got. Oh, these are gold. These are cool. There's a cool like swamp creature thing. I don't know what it's called, but
not quite the man thing.
I don't. Oh, here's a cool one. Now, speaking of Gene Colan, here's a beautiful Clea Doctor Strange death thing. These are kind of rare. That series before #1 and after Strange Tales, before they switched their distribution deal. He died in '68. No! Here's a cool #1. It's got a good Barry Smith story in it.
Thor and Dr. Doom.
Sweet. Then you got Terrible Westerns. I ain't got time to bleed! That's Jesse Ventura, bro.
It was.
Some Lone Rangers.
Lone Ranger.
They got these weird serial mini things. These are kind of rare.
Those are, they came with Superpowers toys.
This is John Byrne's first Batman.
Yeah, doesn't it come with Superpowers Batman?
No, these were from Serial. Like General Mills.
Oh,
Third printing. Oh, my God.
The Superpowers ones are smaller.
One of these is John Byrne. But the ink is Aparo, so you can't even tell. Aparo just overpowers it. Yeah, John Byrne and Aparo. He's got that heavy India ink thing going on.
It's fine cool. For a while.
$20 for 3 of them. I don't know. And you got Boris Karloff. These are pretty terrible. Heartthrobs. Oh, look at that, dude. Either I marry you or nobody does. Dig, baby. I'll do anything you say, Todd, but please don't tell anyone why. I think it has to do with abortion being illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And we got a nice Neil Adams-y type cover. I don't know if that is Neil Adams because it looks like
looks all Neil Adams-ish.
Looks Dickie G.
But people are trained to do it all.
Can't
Neil
really
Adams.
tell. And we got some Superman teaming up with Supergirl.
Oh boy.
I mean, they are cousins. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Here's a sweet no-numbered 1952. Now,
Patsy
this girl, Patsy
Walker.
Walker, she went on to become Hellcat.
Yeah. In the Jessica Jones show.
Yep. And he's, you
Kind
know,
of.
in the classroom making out. What she's teaching him isn't in the books. Uh-oh. Sounds like tantric love to me, bro. Some sweet Caspers. No hot stuff, though. We got the first, like, brand new Felix, the cat story. 1946. 4-color number 119. Kind of a rare
Barely
comic.
out the oven.
Very racist.
Well, you know, it is.
Look at the bonehead.
Well, you know.
Wow. $20. We got, oh, so a little bit DC had like Jerry
Jerry
Lewis and
Lewis.
Bob Hope and all that crap. But then horror comics became popular, so they had this great idea. Let's just do horror Jerry Lewis comics. And that's the first one with Dracula Werewolf. It's pretty awfully cool. And then they had Adams do a bunch of them. Here's a character that Marvel owns,
Etrigan.
but it debuted in his brother Larry Lieber owned Atlas.
Larry Lieber.
But they bought the rights to this character from Rich Buckler, I think. I don't know.
I can't remember either.
Here's a reprint. Sucks.
Beyond
Oh,
the
here's that. Here's a
unknown.
Neil Adams, Bob Hope horror cover.
How horrible.
Yes. Yes, horrible.
How
Oh,
horrible.
here's another one. I guess they're all about
horrible.
the same. Although that
What's
white,
that? Is that a JFK assassination issue?
No, they didn't really address that in the comics. And then back in the day, this was Boomer's
Oh
favorite
no!
show,
Oh
Gunsmoke.
no!
This stupid show. It
horrible.
was almost still on TV when I was a little kid.
It's why television
And I
is
hate it. I
considered
hate
a-
westerns. I like
an
rated R
inferior
westerns. but
medium.
This guy, James Arness, I believe he was the Thing in the original Thing
In
movie.
the thing from another world.
Yeah.
He wasn't in the John Carpenter one. So
No,
nobody
he was not.
cares.
He was probably dead by then.
Serves him right.
Here's a sweet
Missing
first
out.
Thing versus Hulk versus Hercules battle. My money's on Hulk.
Well, Hulk usually wins.
Here's a
his
wonderful Jack Kirby cover.
Look
Unfortunately,
how Kirby.
unfortunately, you open it up. Guess who
Vince
ruined
Coletta?
it? Guess
Vince Coletta.
Coletta.
Ruined it.
Ruined it.
Ruined it.
Yep, inking Jack Kirby. That's
Ruined
not
by
cool.
Vince Coletta.
That's not cool. That's like going to the prom with your sister, you know?
Hey, and if your sister's good, then like, you
No,
know,
I don't know. This
I
is
want someone else to
nice
do
little
it, man.
Steranko. Here's a nice
Steranko.
shirtless Nick Fury versus Captain America.
so they can see who's the greater hero.
Oh, more resurrected Wonder Man.
He got better.
Jack Kirby cover. This is like his 4th appearance or something. Boy, he was pissed at the Vision, too. I don't know, man. This weird trading card comic thing, $5. Oh, Parent Trap. Good old Haley Mills. They sure like her.
Lindsay Lohan is better.
$6 Million Man. We got a Neil Adams Wildcat.
Wildcat.
We got a beat up Three Stooges comic from '53. $10.
It's in 3D.
There's a Jack Kirby one, which is cool.
Also in
It's
3D.
got all its stuff. It's mint. It's pretty neat. This one's got Fly Girl in it.
The Human Fly.
Some Ditko, Ghost Manor.
Ditko.
This is a bunch of crap at the end. Oh, look at that horrible comic, but it's in mint condition. Mr. Fish,
This
man.
is Mr. Fish.
Nobody laughs at Mr. Fish.
Not now, not ever.
He ain't laughing now. You got the first toy line crossover, Captain Action.
Ahead of the curve.
Yeah, these are pretty terrible. Pretty. See Captain Action figure? Get it?
Yeah.
Get it? Get it?
A
I think that's where the
modular
term
doll.
action figure comes from, Captain Action.
Captain Goddamn Action.
Here's a super shiny comic. I
Cyber
had to go $2 on
Force.
this thing. I'll make your brain bleed.
$2, more like 2,000.
More like 2 trillion.
2 billion.
Some Sin Cities. Neil. Here's a Joker cover. Beat to Hell. It's still $10. Dr. Solar. Oh, Trigger. Speaking of boomers.
Trigger.
They get triggered by Trigger.
Flash Gordon.
Here's a fun one.
Tower of Shadows.
It's so beat up,
The
though.
horror
$5.
of the Marvel Madmen. What looks beyond.
There's a Steranko story in here. Let's look at it. You want to see a cool Steranko
Go
story?
full Steranko.
Look at that. Starts off with Steranko is just like the best. Look at that. Whatever happened to him? Why didn't he do more? I know he's still alive, but
He has his own
that.
convention.
Imagine if you're a kid, you pick this book up, you'd be like, oh
He's
boy.
drinking spaghetti sauce. It's
Johnny
Francis
Craig?
Ford Coppola.
A Johnny Craig Marvel story, writer and artist. I swear to God, though, Ramita inked that. So that's not all Johnny Craig. Ramita didn't get an ink credit on that. Then a John Buscema one with Don Heck, also known as Don Hack.
God.
So we got a mid-70s Dr. Fate comic that's only worth $5. Now, he was in the Black Adam trailer. Maybe I should look that up on eBay. It might be
Could
more.
go up and up.
It's not a rare comic, but it's got some sick Walt Simonson art, like from his Manhunter era. It's a pretty neat comic. There's no, like, nothing important going on, but look at me! Hellraiser type thing there, except for it's don't look at me. Oh, Julia. Oh, there's a picture of Walt Simonson, 1975. Oh, look at that. That's the way action figures were. They were for men! For men!
Heroes in action.
Not for men. Here's the second appearance of Nightmaster. It doesn't have the birdie rights and art like the first one does. It's not a very good comic. $10. We got Smokey Bear, the Bear, I thought, but he's just Smokey Bear, I guess. He changed his name. Legal reasons, I guess. Some bad DC comics. Superman's always quitter. We got an incredible bound 1962 thriller. These things are sick. Thick. Boris Karloff photo cover. Pretty nice shape. We got it at $60. Seems cheap, but unfortunately, you know, it's Dell, so gold key Dell. It's just written for like 8-year-olds. It sucks. It's supposed to be a horror comic, but didn't really turn out that way.
Scary.
I mean, it's like Twilight Zone without the cool science fiction elements. So that's always about the Middle Ages. All right, then we got a sweet first Silver Age issue of Superman, 1956. He's got like some Superman sex puppet on his lap. This is terrible. Secret Six. Oh, look at that beauty. Oh my. That Jack Kirby VF, $200. Might be leaving money on the table on that one.
The modern origin of Captain America.
What I've discovered about the comic market, it's all about with the cover.
Yeah.
And you can't really beat that. That's a classic. Then there's that terrible Superboy TV show no one ever watched.
Forgotten.
$3. Another old Superman where he's killing Lois Lane. Oh, man.
Had to.
It's another Nazi
Army
at War cover.
Real men.
You got some terrible Avengers fill-in issue from back in the day. It was Mark's. And we got David Cassidy. I wish that I had Rubio's girl. Not Mark Rubio's girl.
I don't think Marco has a girl.
No. Then we got, the read. He's coming back, dude, in the new Diamond catalog. There's Shadowhawk #1.
The
so
top cannot be estimated.
Thought I would try the market and charge $5 for the most worthless comic ever. No, he did die of AIDS, though.
Well,
he did.
Quilted.
Blood transfusion. Don't get it twisted.
So they say.
There's a rare,
cough,
fully sketched out Inhumans origin. That's kind of hard to find. $5.
Inhumans bores people.
70s
Metal Men.
Not a rare book, but in high grade, it's probably pretty tough. Some bad Treks from Marvel.
Set it on fire.
Oh, the worst Micronauts ever. The Steve Ditko action figure issue.
Right for rediscovery.
No, not this one.
Well, maybe.
Not that one. All right, we got some 70s Batman. We got the X-Men versus FF set. It's pretty bad. We got some Cheesecake Starfire. Again, ruined by Vince Coletta. We got a giveaway. The Campbell Kids. We got some Jungle Fever. It's pretty sweet. Oh, a Black Velvet Lady Death. Oh my God! Look at this thing. This is cool.
The head with two things.
There's a regular cover, but this has got fuzzy. They're pretty rare. Limited to 10,000. Well,
perverted
I guess
textures.
That's not rare. 10,000 is not rare.
Perverted textures.
10,000 is uncommon.
Only 10,000.
Yeah, that seems like
more like 10 million.
And then we got first appearance of the Atom.
The Atom.
1961. Now there was a Golden Age Atom, but it was a totally different character. So this is an underrated comic in that regard, because this is the first appearance of Ray Palmer Atom, which is the current Atom.
Yeah.
And it's got that classic Gil Kane cover. 61.
Tiny Titans.
This predates. That does not predate the Marvel Universe, but it's right there. You know, FF1 and Atom are right in the same thing. They're always beat up. We got, the Kid Who Masturbated a Superman cover.
Too many times.
Yep. Charlie Chan, pretty racist, right?
Well, it depends.
Well,
Or how Charlie
Chan's pretty racist.
And it's played
We
with
got
some
this stupid comic.
boy, the Team Extreme!
One sold on eBay for $30. I don't believe it.
30 more like 300.
I priced it at $5.
$700.
It's like
the value
this
cannot
artist
be estimated.
is a Rob Liefeld wannabe, which is
wanting to be
tragic.
great.
This is when Batman became Superman or whatever.
It's horrible.
Dumb.
All Elseworlds comics.
Got some
are
sweet
terrible.
Wallywood dynamos for cheap. $10. These are cheap. The 60s. Another Boris Karloff. Search for Spock.
The comic adaptation.
Yeah, mint condition. Beautiful Bill Sienkiewicz cover. Well, you know what? That is not Bill Sienkiewicz.
Don't tell him that.
I don't know who did that cover.
We'll just pretend it's him.
Some
to make the
classics
video
illustrated that don't ever sell. More Felix the Cat, Alvin and the Chipmunks. Oh, look at that beauty. Now there's two versions of this comic. There's a regular one and this, and they came out about the same time. This is the better one.
Now, you know Harley Quinn is based on print.
And it's a first print, which is kind of rare. There's tons of second prints of these, but I don't know. 80 might be a gouge. I don't know. Then we got these shiny variants they came out with back in the day. They only made 4,500 copies of it.
We're still dealing with that.
We got the second appearance of the Metal Man, $50. First appearance of the Metal Man, $300. Now, the boomers love this shit.
It's their boomer stuff.
But boomers aren't buying, they're selling. So the Metal Man market's a little soft. You got the first time Hawkman got his wings, he had to win him in some contest. Before that, he was bald.
Yeah.
But then he got his wings. Let's look at the wings.
Hawkman is...
Let's look at his wings.
He's got many origins.
His wings. See, Hawkgirl's like, I don't love you, you don't have wings. And he's just like, what?
Yeah, and he's like, nah, I'm gonna
You're going to have to go do some stuff to get some wings.
Hawk lady.
So he goes and he fights this, crazy cave monster. Beats the guy up. He's like, all right, can I have my wings? And there they are. He gets his wings. And now him and Hawkgirl can live their Hawk life together with the honor wings. Nobody's ever won the honor wings. And so this comic, he still has his wings. Joe Kubert.
Carter Hall. The Hawkman.
$50 seems cheap to me. I don't know.
Hawkman sucks.
I think this is the first Radioactive Man, but I can't tell. They didn't say in the Overstreet, and I'm not going to go look at the Wikipedia page of Radioactive Man because then I would have to kill myself.
Yeah,
okay. We got the first Batwoman and Batman.
Batwoman.
Yeah, there she is.
Riding in on
$100. Another gold variant thing.
From
These are
the
hard to get.
Onslaught era.
Comics is so shiny. Oh, we got a shiny Evil Ernie Premium Edition. 10,000 made.
Claiborne fucking Moore.
Oh, the Ultimate Rube book.
252, the black-suited Spider-Man.
This thing is like VG Plus, and it'll be the first thing out of this box to sell will be this Rube book.
It's great.
I'd like to tell all the people who collect comics, this comic was the highest printed comic this month.
Don't tell them it.
Oh, there are
so rare.
There are almost 200,000 copies of this in existence.
They're the rarest.
We got some cool Green Lantern action. We got Black Canary and Wonder Woman in a cage.
Where they belong.
Hey. Then we got first appearance of Vandal Savage. He should be a bigger villain, but no one... Doesn't he have a TV show or something?
The CW ruined him. Once you put a CW on somebody,
first
the character's
solo
ruined forever.
Harlequin, $50.
On her own.
It'll sell.
On her own.
First appearance of the Scarecrow, $67.
The Scarecrow,
$250.
Jonathan
It's a beauty. That's a beauty. Even my wife was like, oh, I like that one.
Everyone likes the Scarecrow.
First solo Black Widow with a sweet Kirby story in it. $50. I don't know. Oh, here's one of my faves as a kid. I had this when I was a kid. And I love this comic. But only reason it's 50 because it's like a really high grade for this book.
Well, I mean, that aesthetic endured thanks to
the problem with this book, they've been in 50-cent boxes since the day it came out, so they're all beat up. It's hard to find a nice one. And we got, oh, look at that.
The Master of Kung Fu.
For a minute, these were expensive. But then the movie came out and no one cares. But
it's
a good book. We got two, not one, but two of these. We got the first Crisis on Infinite Earths, 1965. Fine Plus, $250. And then I couldn't even grade it, but that's barely good. $30.
It's a little damaged.
I call it fugly, which stands for fucking ugly.
Yeah, it's got.
But that's the market for it.
It should be how it is.
This is uncommon in that grade, and We got, oh, and I got a run of movie comics. And these are
Movie
cool.
comics.
Because it was a boomer, remember?
Yeah.
So I got Jack the
Jack
Giant
the
Killer.
Giant
15.
Killer.
I got the first of
The
Frankenstein.
monster.
First print. It's a rare comic. There's 3 printings of this. And you look there, you know, and this is the first print. It's pretty sweet. It takes place in the modern day. It's not an adaptation of a movie. Should be more than $40.
Back to throw along the
Curious
river.
Isle, $20. Not a lot of cool stop motion animation in comics. So.
No.
And this,
Kind of
look at this
the
gem. Another.
The creature.
This is a tough book. First
That's
print.
kind of from the Black Lagoon. Kind of. Not quite.
It's just wonderful.
It is a good one.
And we got the Mummy, $50.
The Mummy.
62, beautiful. Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, another beauty. John Buscema drew it, $35. Then a terrible movie, Phantom
Planet.
Even the cover sucks. And we got Camera Comics. You know why they call them Camera Comics? Because they all have cameras.
Whoa.
Uh-huh.
Shutterbugging.
We got a frickin' super shiny Darkchild cover. Ay, ay, ay! And another super shiny Purgatory. She's pretty sweet. And whoever that is. Chastity.
Chastity and Purgatory.
We got in the first wave of manga that came through this.
Appleseed Data Book.
This has never been reprinted. It's in gem mint condition. It's probably $35. I don't know. Seems like a sweet one to me. Another Dell movie, Captain Sinbad.
Captain Sinbad.
And then a pair of rare 3D glasses from the EC 1954 3D comics. 150 might be putting. I think you could take one that doesn't have it, put them in there, and increase the value of the book by like $400. I don't know. We got some Marvel stockholder. Back in the day, people would buy Marvel stock,
1995 and 96.
And you would get these
Ron
once
Perlman.
per year, these annual reports.
Oh, yeah, those were the
and they're
days.
all beat up because the people who got them don't care, and they have
Before it was
stories that were never
all ruined.
reprinted. Look at that Michael Golden cover.
Culture was.
These are, I've never owned these. I've never had these before. They're kind of rare.
That's
and
back in the
reason
day.
why I wanted to do this last video is
The
for
reason.
is the
For the
undergrounds.
season.
Undergrounds.
Spiffy.
Now, back in the late 60s and early 70s, things were different, and you could go to like a head shop and buy these filthy rated X comics, and they're awesome. They're just so filthy and dirty. 69. Yellow Dog. I mean, look at that Uncle Sam with a penis missile. It's got Harvey Kurtzman, believe it or not.
Yep.
Welts, the guy who does Cherry Pop-Tart, and Gregory Irons, who did the cover. And these are just amazing. Oh, and they have low print runs. They're hard to get.
Not exactly amazing 250.
No one cares. And we've got like a religious one, and it sucks.
Religious.
Young Lust, #1, first
Young
print.
Lust. Don't do it. Don't do it.
2 weeks ago, he was dry humping me in the elevator, and now I'm lucky if he remembers my goddamn name.
Well, that's how it is.
Man, life was tough in 1970.
Pump and dump.
This is a good one. This one's #2.
Oh boy.
It's got Gregory Irons, Williams, more Cherry Pop-Tart guy,
And Robert
and
Crumb.
S. Clay Wilson and Crumb, and I think it might be the first appearance of the Trash Man or the second appearance. I don't know. It's a nice shape, $25.
That means you can't have
Now,
underground
here's the
comics without
rarity.
Crumb.
So, I was buying the guy's books, and I looked at, because I'm always looking for a Zap #2 first print, because they're pretty rare. And I said it wasn't, because I had, there's another error that some guy's head's melting, and I got it confused with this one. But this one was the thick 70, the cover's a little thicker, right? But they printed, what was it? 20, what did they print? 5,000 copies or whatever it was. 500 of them were saved to be sold, and they pulped 4,500 of them because if you go to the back of this thing, they screwed up the printing of it. On the head first, see how there's cut off, and the reprints, it's centered. And I just got confused, you know. But this is a real one, so there's only 500 copies of this thing. Why did this guy have this? And it's a nice shape. It's like VF-ish.
Value.
Anyway, I priced it at $300 because no one cares. But
Someone will. They better.
it is probably the rarest underground ever published. 500 copies? That's low. That's a beauty. Insect Fear, kind of a drive-in type comic. It's better than you think. $25. Crappy Tales from the Sphinx. Here's a Corbin Barbarian Comics. And last but not least, a Logan's Run complete set.
The adaptation.
1 through 6 is the movie, but then they
And
ran
beyond
out a
Logan's Run.
movie to adapt.
Beyond Logan's
So in
Run.
#6, they had like 7 extra pages because they ran out of movie. And then they decided to take an inventory story they had, which had Thanos in it.
Thanos shows up and is like,
very rare.
I'm gonna fix your population problems.
Star Fox Destroyer Thanos story. It's pretty good. So this book probably sells for the same as the whole set. And then he steps on a flower because he's mean.
He's a bad guy at Thanos.
But this was always a fun little 70s Marvel Easter egg, right? You buy a Logan's Run and you wind up with a Thanos comic worth $50. All right,